Hello and welcome to The Flowers in the Wild. I am your host, Ajna Flowers, and I am so happy that you are here with us. First off, I would like to share a little personal thing. I don't know if it's a disclaimer or what I would call it, but I just want to make sure that everyone understands that I do not feel like I am coming from a place of being a teacher or a healer. I am coming from a place of being a student, just like all of you who are on this path to spiritual awakening. And, there are people who have been doing it for a long time that never find that spiritual awakening. There are people that do it for a very short time. So I just feel like along the way, it is our responsibility as fellow journeyers on this path that we offer tips and tools that have helped us, that made something that might have seemed super complicated not as complicated once, I figured something out. So I just want to know that I am coming from a place of learning and growing also. So I had a little situation the other day where I took offense to something someone very dear to me said, and I reacted in my old normal way of lashing out and doing the things I used to do that destroyed relationships, very important relationships. And so within a 30-second time frame, I had reacted, lashed out, and realized that I did not want to be that person. I did not want my dear friend to feel like I didn't love them or respect them. And so I was able to, get myself pulled back together, persist in existing in a state of calmness. And I just, was able to mend that amazing relationship and move on. But I just wanted to let you know that even when you do get to a place where you have you have that spiritual awakening and things do change, there will still be times that your ego and your humanness just kind of pops through. So don't be too hard on yourself, because it is just the way life is. And we just are all working and getting through this journey to find out where it all ends up going at the end, or where it just keeps on going. What I would like to talk to you today about is things that have to happen in your life in order to just a minute. I'm trying to get my notes pulled up here, so just 1 second. Things that have to happen in order to fully connect with your soul and your source energy, God, the universe, whatever title feels right to you for your higher power. I will be using the universe on this podcast because that does feel the best to me. You have to feel about yourself the way your soul and the universe feels about you. Unconditional love and absolute adoration is how they eternally feel about you. You have never disappointed them, because just 1 moment, please, just bear with me here. Okay, sorry. Unconditional love and adoration is how they eternally feel about you. You have never disappointed them, because when they look at you, they see you in your eternal form, not in this human. You have to persist in existing in the calmness in all situations, and have faith and trust that the universe knows your heart's desire better than you do. You have to stop living from a place of lack. You have to live in a state and feeling of completion and truly feel that, because faith is a feeling of knowing and trusting what is meant for you is already yours, as long as you aren't coming from a place of lack. You need to be in stillness so you are ready to face your day for the first 11 minutes upon waking up. I used to grab my phone as soon as I woke up. I would go on Facebook, which I haven't been on now for almost 2 years. I would look at the news. I would look at all these things that kind of just put a negative feeling about everything. So now I spend at least 11 minutes in stillness, longer than that most of the time. I just am still, I'm quiet. I listen to Alan Watts and just face the day with grace, gratitude, and curiosity now. You have to be aware of acquaintances, friends, and family that keep you tethered in their drama, need, or lack. You cannot vibrate at the vibration of the universe as long as people are allowed to cross your boundaries and disrespect you. You have to become aware that your childhood trauma is adversely affecting your relationships, jobs, and your general view of the world. The very protections you put in place as a child to keep yourself safe now are the very things that are causing you harm. You're absolutely not responsible for the trauma that you received and endured as a child. However, as an adult, it is absolutely your responsibility to heal your trauma so that generations from now won't have to figure out how to heal from your trauma. You have to be willing to reparent your inner child in a safe and loving home, your body. You, as the parent, can now show little you that life does feel safe and loving. Anytime you start being or saying critical things about yourself, you have to ask yourself, if your little self was standing right in front of you, would you be as willing to be so critical if you knew you were saying it to them? Because after all, that is exactly who you are saying, those negative, critical things that you say to yourself. So just remember that that little child that lives inside you is paying attention to the things that you say about yourself. Reinforcing what that little child was taught to believe about themselves, or are you showing that little child that is not the truth of who they are? That is not the truth of who you are, or who you were. This is who you are, this safe, loving, protected space. You have to stop believing that you cannot manifest. We manifest every single day. Anything that comes into our life, we manifest. So you are excellent at manifesting. You're just not manifesting the right things. You are manifesting potentially from a place of lack. You have to manifest from a place of abundance and leave the lack out, even if that is what you are experiencing in your current daily life, because the universe does not pay attention to anything other than vibration. And when we are not vibrating with the universe, once again, we're on different roads. It is impossible to have those things become a reality in our lives as long as we are vibrating lower than we need to be vibrating to vibrate with the universe. I have one more part to do next week on the spiritual awakening. What is it really? It's not what you think. And then I have a great, big, exciting thing getting ready to happen that following week. Don't miss it. It's going to be fantastic.